What is up, everyone? My name is OJ and welcome to another News Essence. Today we have some awesome topics to go over because Nintendo dropped a ton of different information when it comes to the NewZ Direct, but today we're actually going to be going over a couple of things that kind of slipped past the NewZ Direct, but there is one big game in terms of Fantasy Strike. We got some information on Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, and also Hyper Light Drifter as well, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And we're starting off with Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes. We have screenshots, we got some new character artwork, and a fact sheet. I want to make sure I go through this so you guys get all the information here. So Grasshopper Manufacturer has released a new set of Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes screenshots and character artwork, as well as the official fact sheet for the game. So the specs, I don't know why they're calling it specs, but okay. The publisher apparently is Grasshopper Manufacturer Inc. The developer is Grasshopper Manufacturer Inc. The genre is action, the platform is Nintendo Switch, the ESRB is also rating pending, and it has a bunch of different stuff from violent references, violence, fantasy violence, animated blood, strong language, blah blah blah. Now, the number of players is 1 to 2 players, and the release window is 2018. Otaku Assassin enters the game world, the legendary gaming console, the Death Drive Mark II. Travis Touchdown wanders into the game world and embarks on a rampage of epic proportions. Inside, there's an action game, racing, puzzles, a total of 7 different game titles. Key features: with a beam katana in hand, Travis vows to exterminate every last bug he finds, chain his simple yet exhilarating basic attacks and his arsenal of skills attacks to cut them down to size. A brutal boss lurks at the end of each game. Creatively combine your moves to crush them. Collecting all 7 death balls will allow you to make one wish. Anything you desire can be granted, so make sure to collect them all. Pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend for co-op multiplayer, and partner up with the one and only Batman. Also, there is a new adventure mode which tells an all-new story. Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes launches exclusively for the Nintendo Switch in 2018. So this is great to see, and this is the first time that we've actually heard about this whole exclusive adventure mode that's going to be part of this game. I really love what they're doing. I know not everyone has been happy with what they've seen so far with this game, but if you look at the combat, you look at the different wrestling moves Travis has, you look at what he can do in terms of the different attacks with the tiger and everything. You're going to have local multiplayer put into there. You're going to have some cool other types of games kind of thrown in that Travis has done before in previous games, whether it's mini games or whether it's even in the overworld in No More Heroes 1. On top of this adventure mode, which we don't know what that's going to be, I actually think this can be better than No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2 based on how smooth and silky the gameplay looks. It just looks like it plays a lot more fun. There's a lot more variety in terms of what you can do with the game itself, not just the mini games and what you can do in other ones, and I'm generally really excited, especially after hearing about the new adventure mode and hearing about what this game has to offer. Now, there's one thing that I did want to note: the publisher is Grasshopper Manufacturer, so I still think they're doing a brand deal with Marvelous, but at the same time they're going to be self-publishing, so it's somewhat of an independent game, but then again, at the same time, it's not. It's kind of hard to tell at this point considering everybody who's had their hands on it, but we just have to wait and see. But it does look like it is going to be an independent title published by Grasshopper Manufacturer, which is very weird for a company which is owned by another one, but we've seen it before, right? We've seen Game Freak self-published titles beforehand on different platforms and things like that, so it's not necessarily out of the question for a developer to do that within another company. So what do you guys think about Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes, this new fact sheet? Give me your ideas for some of the multiplayer in terms of what they're going to do with that and the new adventure mode. What do you think that's all about? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And moving into another big announcement here that wasn't at the NewZ Direct but was announced shortly after, and that is Hyper Light Drifter will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo had this to say on their official Nintendo of America Twitter account: journey through a beautiful, vast world riddled with dangers when Hyper Light Drifter launches on the Nintendo Switch eShop this summer, #NewZ. So very interesting to see this game come about, although many people already knew it was going to come because of the Game Maker support. From what I understand, that's the engine that it uses. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did know that this game eventually would come to Nintendo Switch. On top of that, you had the Hyper Light Drifter dude that was in Brawlout, so yeah, if that was in Brawlout, that game came exclusively to Nintendo Switch, or at least a timed exclusive on the Nintendo Switch for consoles first. Yeah, Hyper Light Drifter was definitely going to make his way to the Nintendo Switch at some point, and this is a fantastic game. Heart Machine did a great job with this one, and I cannot wait to play on the Nintendo Switch. I've actually been holding out. I did not buy the game years ago when it launched. I'm very various different platforms. You can pick it up PC, PS4, and all that. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait. It's going to come to a Nintendo platform. It's going to be to where I can play it, especially when the Nintendo Switch was announced and what it was. I was like, I can be able to play this game on the TV and also on the go. I'm just going to wait for this independent game. And now we do know that it is coming to the eShop this summer. So I'm ridiculously excited about this game. This was one of my most anticipated games back in the day, even out of the bigger games that were coming to any platform. So I'm really excited that it's coming, and I cannot wait to play it this summer. So what do you guys think about Hyper Light Drifter coming to the Nintendo Switch? I did see some comments about some people saying, why wasn't this in the Nindies Direct? And I'm not sure why it wasn't in the Nindies Direct, but it doesn't matter to me if it was in the Nindies Direct or if it wasn't in the Nindies Direct. All that matters is that it's coming to the system. I guess Nintendo wanted to keep things short and kind of focus on games that were somewhat new when it came to it, unless it was like a complete remaster or something that's brought back from something that was really old. For example, like the Luminous Remastered type of announcement. So I do feel that Nintendo tried to keep it to a minimum when it comes to certain things, but at the same time, I don't care. It's coming to Nintendo Switch, so I'm really excited about that. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final article here that we're going to be discussing, and that is Fantasy Strike. That game is also coming to Nintendo Switch, and this was probably the most promising game to me at the Nindies Direct show because it is a very artistic, cool looking fighting game that apparently has a lot of depth but simple mechanics to kind of get into it. So another fighting game will appear on the Nintendo Switch. So Fantasy Strike, which is currently available via Steam Early Access, will come to Nintendo Switch simultaneously alongside the previously announced PlayStation 4 version this summer, developer Sirlin Games has announced. Now here's an overview of the game via the Steam page. Be an archer with fairy arrows, a colorful painter, a martial arts master who can transform into a dragon, and more. Fantasy meets martial arts in this vibrant world. Here are the key features of the game. Excellent online play, uses GGPO, the best-in-class networking technology any competent fighting game should use. Nintendo, please make sure you hit up GGPO for that Smash Brothers netcode. Game modes available now: play online quick match, directly challenge a friend, local multiplayer, arcade, or try out full-featured practice mode. Several modes are in the works as well. Unique throw escape. To escape normal throws, simply let go of all your controls. You'll automatically Yomi counter any throw attempt. That's interesting. The life bar shows discrete hit points. You always know exactly how much a combo will do because the life bar shows individual hit points itself. And once again, there is a dragon in the game. You could be a dragon, so they did want to make sure that they listed that. So, like I said, this game was probably the most surprising to me. I'd never heard about it before, and it just looks amazing. Looks like it has a lot of depth. I like how the fighters animate and how everything kind of moves on there. Has some nice network play according to what they're saying here with the GGPO, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it does on the Nintendo Switch. We've got another fighting game coming. We have quite a number of them coming this summer as well with Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. We also have SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, and now we have this game right here, Fantasy Strike, as well, and you can combine that with the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. So 4 fighting games, well, if you count the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, that's a lot more than 4, but a number of fighting games that are all going to be coming out this year, sometime between the spring and the summer. So I'm really excited about that, and I think that fighting game fans are going to have a lot to play on the Nintendo Switch when you combine that with some of the titles that are already out, such as Pokken Tournament, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and even Blade Strangers. That game is also coming out sometime this summer as well, so that's another game to add to the mix here. A lot of different stuff here, so you guys can have your pick when it comes to fighting games. And it was funny because the other day somebody on my live stream said, man, we need more fighting games on the Nintendo Switch. Well, here you go, we got a number of fighting games now, and I personally feel with all of these different fighting games coming to the Nintendo Switch, this is really going to bolster the chances that other developers look into this system and say, you know what, this is going to be a viable platform for us to sell our games, especially if these games do well. I do think games like Street Fighter, SNK Heroines, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, those are all going to do well enough, but if one of them kind of breaks out and has a big hit on their hands, I definitely think we're going to see more of them, because this is just so many different games here. Definitely not used to it as much on Nintendo platforms in terms of seeing this many third-party fighting games out on there, but it's definitely welcome, and I can't wait to see what the future holds, because there's definitely going to be more third-party fighting games on the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about this game, Fantasy Strike, in addition to Hyper Light Drifter and also Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes getting some new details? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of players across the webs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube Live giving page. Consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in here for the next video. Peace.